Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Excuse me, I'm still chewing on my breakfast bar here. So, the title is Gessoing We Will Go. Eventually, I'm going to be playing with gesso. It's like a forgotten supply. Um, Hi, Beck. Hi, Gail. And we're going to be playing around with it and possibly doing something, a bigger project down the road. So, Carol's going to get tea and some other things. And I'm hoping you're all adjusting to Carol's new name. I love it. I think it's great. Good morning, Pam. So lovely to see you. So I'm going to start off, with my reading out of the Robert Fulghum book. We're almost done. And actually, I think there's only 2 stories left. Hi, Andrea. So lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. And the one I'm not going to read, because he says, don't read this if you're a dog lover. And we're all dog and cat and pet and animal lovers. And so I'm not going to read that one. I didn't read it. I took him at his word. So that's it. And then I've been saving this one because it's closer to Christmas. So I think we'll finish out the book by reading this Christmas one. I was going to wait for closer to Christmas, but I just couldn't wait any longer. So I figured I would read that, and I have read that one. So, and then we'll start next week. I have the original book, the one that made him famous, I guess you want to say, is Everything I Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And that's the one that I read initially and learned about him. So, good morning, Natalia. Thank you for being here. Mitzi, good morning. Dixie, good morning. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this Sunday morning with us. My grandson is playing hockey right now as we speak in Wyoming. He's in a hockey tournament and they're playing for the championship game. I'll have to watch it later on. The teams that they played over the weekend were not that good, or they are getting better because the scores were like 9-0, 6-0. They actually had a running clock, which I think is great for that age. You don't need to beat up the other team so badly. So when they run the clock, it doesn't stop for anything. And so the game's over real fast, which is good. It puts everybody out of their misery. So anyway, I'm going to start reading as people come in. Yeah, starting early. Yeah, yep, that's true. This is an early start. Yep. Hi, Allie. Good morning, Allison. So lovely to see you. Now, I have memories of this type of Christmassy thing as a kid, and maybe you do too. So, our church had not had a full-blown Christmas pageant in years. For one thing, we had become fairly rational and efficient about the season, content to let the Sunday school observe the event on their own turf in a low-key way. Then, too, there was the last time we had gone all out. That week of the Christmas pageant coincided with the outbreak of the German measles, chickenpox, and the Hong Kong flu. The night of the pageant, there was a sleet storm, a partial power failure that threw some people's clocks off, and one of the sheep hired for the occasion got diarrhea. That was about par for the course, since Joseph and 2 wise men upchucked during the performance, and some little angels managed to both cry and wet their pants. To top it off, the choir of teenagers walking about in an irresponsible manner with lighted candles created more a feeling of the fear of fire and the wrath of God than a feeling of peace on earth. I don't think it was really all that bad, and maybe all those things didn't happen the same year. But a sufficient number of senior ladies in the church had had it up to here with the whole hoo ha and tended to squash any suggestion of another pageant. It was as if the cholera had once again been among us, and nobody wanted to go through that again. But nostalgia is strong, and it addled the brains of those same senior ladies as they considered the pleas of the younger mothers who had not been through this ritual ordeal and would not be dissuaded. It was their children. It was time their children had their chance. And in short order, people who kept saying, I ought to know better, were right in their making angel costumes out of old bed sheets, cardboard, and chicken feathers. Just the right kind of bathrobes could not be found for the wise men. So some of the daddies went out and bought new ones and backed a pickup truck over them to age them a bit. One of the young mothers was pregnant, and it was made clear to her in loving terms that she was expected to come up with a real newborn child by early December. She vowed to try. An angel choir was lashed into singing shape. A real manager with real straw, a real manger with real straw was obtained. And while there was a consensus on leaving out live sheep this time, some enterprising soul managed to borrow 2 small goats for the evening. The real coup was renting a live donkey for the Mother Mary to ride in on. None of us had ever seen a live donkey ridden through a church chancel, and it seemed like such a fine thing to do at the time. We made one concession to sanity, deciding to have the thing on a Sunday morning in the full light of day so we could see what we were doing, and nobody in the angel choir could get scared of the dark and cry or wet their pants. No candles either, and no full rehearsal. These things are supposed to be a little hokey anyhow, and nobody was about to go through the whole thing twice. The great day came, and everybody arrived at church. Husbands who were not known for regular attendance came, probably for the same reason they would be attracted to a nearby bus wreck. It wasn't all that bad, really, at least not early on. The goats did get loose in the parking lot and put on quite a rodeo with the shepherds, but we hooted out their corrals with full voice, and the angel choir got through its first big number almost on key and in unison. The Star of Bethlehem was lit over the manger, and it came time for the entrance of Joseph and Mary, with Mary riding on a U-Haul donkey, carrying what later proved to be a Raggedy Andy doll, since the pregnant lady was overdue. It was the donkey that proved our undoing. The donkey made 2 hesitant steps through the door of the chancel, took a look at the whole scene, and seized up, locked his legs, put his whole body in cement condition, well beyond rigor mortis, and the procession ground to a halt. Now, there are things you might consider doing to a donkey in private to get it to move, but there is a limit to what you can do to a donkey in church on a Sunday morning in front of women and children. Jerking on his halter and some wicked kicking on the part of the Virgin Mary had no effect. The president of the Board of Trustees, seated in the front row and dressed in his Sunday best, rose to the rescue. The floor of the chancel was polished cement, and so, with another man pulling at the halter, the president of the board crouched at the stern end of the donkey and pushed, slowly sliding the rigid beast across the floor, inch by stately inch. With progress being made, the choir director turned on the tape recorder, which blared forth a mighty chorus from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, accompanied by the Philadelphia Orchestra. Just as the donkey and his mobilizers reached mid-church, the tape recorder blew a fuse, and there was a sudden silence. And in that silence, an exasperated voice came from the backside of the donkey. "Move your ass, you son of a bitch!" Followed immediately by a voice from the rear of the church of the donkey's pusher's wife. "Leon, shut your filthy mouth!" And that's when the donkey brayed. If we had held an election for jackass that day, there would have been several candidates mentioned, and the vote would have been pretty evenly distributed. We are such fun to watch when we do what we do. And though it had been several years since the church had held another Christmas pageant, we had not seen we have not seen the last one. The memory of the laughter outlives the memory of the hassle. And hope always makes us believe that this time, this year, we will get it right. That's the whole deal with Christmas, I guess. It's just real life, only a lot more of it all at once than usual. And I suppose we will continue doing it all, get frenzied and confused and frustrated and even mad, also get excited and hopeful and quietly pleased. We will laugh and cry, pout and ponder, get a little drunk and excessive, hug and kiss, make a great mess, spend too much, and somebody will always be there to upchuck or wet their pants. As always, we will sing only some of the verses and most of those off key. We will do it again and again and again. We are the Christmas pageant, the whole damn thing. And I think it's best to just let it happen. As at least one person I know can attest, getting pushy about getting pushy about it is trouble. So Christmas, crazy, funny, frustrating, and in the end, when everything's done and the packages are under the tree and the kids are finally gone to bed, and that moment, that quiet time before they wake up, I remember it well. Oh, and Gail's going, y'all. Gail says she reminds me of one Christmas Eve at the Lutheran church I went to as a kid. I was supposed to sing a solo of Oh Holy Night, but I got sick, bad sore throat, fever, didn't get through it. Yeah, I'm sure many. We had we did a pageant too, and I was raised Lutheran, and we didn't. I don't recall any live animals, but it was like the three tallest men in the congregation were the wise men, and as a little kid, they looked like they were 10 feet tall, and they came solemnly walking down the aisle of the church with the gifts for the baby Jesus. And one year I had a guitar solo. I played green sleeves on my guitar. Uh, but we had the whole thing, not the live animals. And my father, he talks about people going to the service that would not normally be churchgoers. My father didn't go either, and his excuse was, "Well, I don't want to take the seat of a regular churchgoer." So and that was his excuse for not going. But my mom and I went. I think my sister probably did too. But I do remember those, and they were always, great anticipation for that beautiful pageant that they put on every year. So it's true, though. Yeah, I think he nailed it on this one, as he always does. So I hope you enjoyed that. With the holiday seasons approaching, I know Thanksgiving's not even here yet, but I couldn't resist reading this one. So, all right.
Hi, everybody. It's me, and I am the Canadian artisan.
Yes, she is. She is the Canadian artisan. In the real, in the flesh. She is here.
I'm here.
And I love your new name, Carol. I think it's awesome.
Oh, thanks, Anne.
Yeah, it's really, you did. I mean,
the moment wasn't it?
It was a lot of work changing it. And, when you think about doing that, you don't realize how many moving parts there are that you have to change. That's
Yeah.
right. Previously known as the magical touch. Hi, Janet. Good morning. So lovely to see you here.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca. Nice. Great to see all of you. And there's Chris. Hola, Chris. ¿Cómo estás? So I am advertising this as a Gessoing We Go along. I don't know.
A Gessoing We Go. A Gessoing We Go.
That's what came through my head when I started. I come up with these weird, things, and that's when Gessoing We Go. And Gesso is kind of one of those. It's kind of like the neglected relative. It's back on the shelf. I don't know that many of us use it. I mean, I never use it except to when I want to prep a page and put a coat of gesso on maybe paper that's not as strong, or you want to give it more, as the expression goes, you want to give it more tooth, and uh, and it's just a medium, and it's ground up something. And I was going to look up. I apologize. I was going to be able to give you the whole, what it is, what it's made up of. Carol, do you know what it's made up of? Perchance,
Um,
it's ground acrylic, whatever that means. I don't know what acrylic is. I mean, I know acrylic paint, but whatever gesso is, it's ground. White, opaque, matte, ground acrylic works well as primer, but it doesn't say toxologies.
sometimes there's, some kind of a marble in it, a marble dust, and
Okay, all right. But it's ground up something to give
yeah,
something.
it doesn't even say on like the regular Liquitex because they don't want to tell you what's exactly in it.
No, they don't want to give away their secret formula, right?
Yeah.
Ground acrylic, yeah, that's what it says. Ground acrylic. I have several, and I had them. I actually took a picture of all of these, and I was going to put it in the thingy, the post, and I couldn't get it to fit, so I had to put the other picture in. So I have some clear gesso. I've got the good old white. Then I have heavy gesso, and it's heavy. Literally, it's heavy. Chalk from Latin, gypsum from Greek, white paint mixture consisting of binder mixed with chalk, okay, pigment, and any other combination of. Okay, thanks, Beck. Thanks. Good morning, Nettie. And then I've got black gesso. Now, premium black gesso. And it comes in all sorts of colors, which I was not aware of. I mean, Holbein makes, there's gold gesso, there's orange gesso, there's any color that you can think of in thanks to Wiki, yes. And I didn't realize that. Obviously, to be honest with you, I don't give gesso a whole lot of thought. So I thought we would kind of mess around with it a little bit, and I was looking at something that called for orange gesso and Crillium blue gesso, and I said to Carol and I meet at least once during the week and just kind of throw things around and ideas or play or both. And I said,
and then change our minds last minute.
we changed our minds last minute, and I'm saying we did like at 8:55. But we had a quick conference. Hi, Nashua. And I said to Carol, I said, well, I'll just mix it with white gesso. And she said, no, no, no. If you mix it with white gesso, you're just going to get, a pale or pastel color. And I thought that, and I said, gosh, you're right. So thanks to Carol, you have to mix it with clear. Now, when you mix it with clear, you get a really nice gesso. So I'm going to do that here. And the clear it doesn't look clear. You would think it would be clear, but no, it's not. It is white, perfectly white. But this project eventually that I plan to do calls for orange gesso. So I just put a little tiny, you don't need much. And I just stuck this down on this is one of those food tray things I got at the Dollar Tree, but it makes a great little mixing thing. And then
mine are doggy food containers. So when you get food out, you say wash them up and save them.
Yeah, that's good upcycling. Yeah. So if I just mix this in here. It's still very orange.
I'm going to use, what kind of paint did you use? You used Arteza acrylic.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the Artist Lahr yellow ochre.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a little.
I wanted more orangey color for my backgrounds.
Yeah.
A little bit of an orangey color because I
Somebody,
thought it would look kind of cool and bring out some more depth to some of the colors that I'm going to use.
I'm going to add a little bit more orange. So that's pretty, I'd say that's pretty vibrant. It's pretty orangey. So, whoops, that's one color. And the other color, these are going to be the beginnings of two. They'll be, when it's all said and done, I don't know, we'll get to it this,
The other thing I think what some of the gesso does besides give it tooth, and this is my opinion, I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but it also takes the shine out of some of the acrylic paint.
Yes, and that's the and that was the point that the person that I was watching do it. And the person that I'm watching doing this is Mary Beth Shaw. And if you're not familiar with Mary Beth Shaw, she is the founder of Stencil Girls. And she uses gesso, colored gesso, and it's because she likes the matte finish you get. It really makes it matte. Madder than matte, if that's possible. I must like this Crillian blue because this is all I have left of it.
And also when you make it go a little bit more matte, the other thing is I've noticed when you use your acrylic and it does have that shine to it, it makes it harder to use your colored pencils over. So it's best if you can matte it down, and matting it down means mixing it with clear gesso. That will give your colored pencils a little bit of more tooth also to do your accenting and your shading and your different things.
Yeah, that's why Dee Dee always emphasizes that she uses the matte finish paint, acrylic. The more matte, the better.
Yes, you can mix pigment in with it. And Anne's going to try and a little bit more experiment with some of the product that she has. So stay tuned. We've got some more experiments coming.
Yeah, I need a little gold. So let's try a little gold.
What other color do I want?
Oh, are they asking? Hi, Lori. I'm going to try, well, I'll do the gold, and then I want to try some brushos. And I want to try magicals. And see how, I'm sure they're going to react.
Experiments coming.
Gold.
More experiments coming.
Gold.
Today is a scientist day.
Yeah. All right. I wish I had little containers like Carol. I guess I could put saran.
Actually, this would have been good for Mary's fourth art.
I wish I had little like baby food jars so I could save it. Hi, Trish.
So this is with the clear gesso, but I want to even a lighter color of my ochre. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to use the white gesso.
Oh, okay.
But I want a little bit lighter of a yellow ochre. So I'm going to experiment with
I want to see how pale that gets.
Yeah. Like this stuff hasn't been used in forever, and I have like tons and tons of these little.
Well, this gold looks fine. Wow.
So let's see what happens with the white. Oh, add enough in there. Liquitex is really runny.
Liquid
Compared to some of the other gessos. And so your preference, it depends on all your mix will decide on how much paint to gesso you're going to use depending on the type of gesso you're going to use. Because some gessos are thicker.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes. And that heavy gesso is really thick. Right, the other color I need is red. And this is, and I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna smush this on some paper, and we'll just let it dry, and then go on and experiment with the magicals and brushos. The magicals are, I'm very new to magicals. I think the first time I saw them used was Janet Young.
Yeah, Janet's a pro with magicals.
Yes,
If you
she
haven't
is.
seen Janet's older videos or recent videos, I haven't seen her use magicals in a while, but go back and see Janet M. Young's videos of her magicals, because I'll tell you what, she does some great experiments with the
Yes, she
magicals.
does.
And not only that, her fingers turn all different shades colors when she's playing with them too.
Yeah. No, I don't like that red at all. No, I don't. Well, that's an awful red. Well, it's rose madder, so that's why I don't like it. It's not the red I want.
So here's the difference of what I was telling Anne when we were talking the other day, of how much difference using a white gesso to a clear gesso you get. Let me just hold this up so you can see. Look at the difference in the shading.
Oh, wow.
That is a major difference in the shading.
Oh my
So
God.
if you want to keep your color tone, use your clear gesso. If you're
Yeah,
going to use your white gesso, you're going to get a pale version because it's white. So think about before you, yeah, mustard or mayonnaise.
baby poop.
Basically, yes.
Pass the Dijon.
Thanks, Becky, for putting in Janet Young's magical videos. But yes, she does. She has done quite the experiments of every kind with magicals. I don't own any magicals, so I really couldn't give you any input on those. But we will see what Anne's got coming
I've got
up.
some magicals. Yeah. And of course, the problem with the magicals, if you put these tops on, you can never get them off. They are the wickedest tops to get off. I don't put them back down. I got the since I did that, since I did the Alice, I've got Teapot Purple, Mad Hatter, Queen of
Sorry.
Hearts, Curiouser, Chartreuse, and Tweedledee Denim. Those are the names of the colors.
I had to read back because I'm reading and it's like, and they're laughing at what Janet Young's saying, and I had to go scroll back and talking about magicals, and magicals, she says, equals colorful boogers.
Yeah, you're right.
So I had to go back and see what they were laughing at.
Well, that's Janet's 12-year-old talking. Right, Janet? The 12-year-old boy? That's booger talk. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's a lot of fun at Janet's stream, so you really have to check her out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Aunt Beck put the link in for Janet's magical video, so please do go after, and
Check
you
those
want to
out.
have fun and laughter, you go over and watch Janet's videos.
And nothing like a round of Pictionary at Janet's.
Oh yes, that's fun. I
That's
like that. I don't get my answers in very often, but I'm on the sidelines playing.
occasionally I get in, but you got to be fast, otherwise.
Yeah, well, my internet's not fast, so.
All right. So I'm going to try. This is the Teapot Purple
Well, if
Magical.
you're going to do the magicals, make yourself bigger and put me off to the side so they can see this happening.
Okay. You know I don't do that well. Oh,
You'll get there.
okay. Let's see.
I need to wipe off my little spatula thingy here so I
I
can
can go
do
like
the next one.
this.
Yep,
Oh,
there you go.
I did it. First tried out. Okay. So purple. We'll try a little purple. And these are really potent. All right. This is the, because wouldn't you know it, the most pointy one I've already used. So I already have a mess here and I haven't done anything. Okay. All right. I would imagine this is going to obviously produce purple. Ooh.
You may end up needing to add a little bit more, either a spritz of water or a little bit more gesso
Oh, wow.
because of it being a dry pigment.
No, it's mixing. It's mixing. You just have to be patient. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? That's very vibrant.
So she's used magicals, but there's something else that I wanted to try.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That came out really nice.
And I'll put it on, I will smear it on a piece of paper in a minute. I'm going to get some Brushos out. I got Brushos first, and then I learned about magicals. But Brushos are, I think, more random. But let's see. What color? Should I do another purple and compare the two purples, or I'll do another purple?
It's whatever you're going to use on your papers.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'll try a red. I bought the basic set of 6, I think, many, many years ago. And then I saw somebody where they put a hole in it and then put one of these thingies so you can shake it out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You just don't want to. I like that purple. That is pretty awesome. I should really have a piece of paper here. Let me get a scrap piece of paper. I hate wasting this. And of course, it's over on the floor. It's amazing, right, folks, when you're crafting, how quickly the mess emerges.
Too quick.
It's everywhere. And plus a cat underfoot. Come on, Lily. Get out of here. Get. All right, let me just, this is, I can put this, you can't see it like so. Oh, you can see kind of like in the magicals, you can see the particles. Is that a word for that?
Yeah. The different pigments.
Yeah, look at that. That is cool.
Hi, JL.
Hi,
Magicals
JL.
are permanent, Brushos are not. Well, when it's mixed with gesso, it becomes permanent.
You think?
Yes, because gesso is permanent. It doesn't wash off once it's dry.
Oh, okay.
You're creating a permanent paint. So what I just did is I put a little bit of gesso in mine, and I'm going to add a little bit of.
Let me put it equal again.
I'm going to add a little bit of watercolor.
Oh, okay. Yes.
This is Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. So I'm just going to try 2 drops because it's concentrated.
Oh, that's that really serious stuff. Yeah.
To see how it works in the clear gesso. Oh my word, this is beautiful.
Oh, look how gorgeous that is. Let me make you big.
This is really nice.
Whoa, I love that color.
I think I want it a little bit darker, so I'm going to add another couple of drops.
Ooh.
So I wanted it a little bit darker of a blue for like skies.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I really, really like that.
That's such a pretty turquoisey.
So the next one I'm going to try with watercolor is, and I've got a cloth over here cleaning off my paint.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I'm going to do mix with is a Paul Rubens watercolor, and they're granulating. So with the granulating, I don't know how it's going to react.
Oh.
And I've never done this stuff before. So, you know, you see it first, I'm seeing it first.
Should I try my Daniel Smiths? These are amazing. And
Oh, this is nice. Look at this blue with the watercolor, the dark blue.
ooh, that almost like a Russian blue.
I
Ooh,
like that.
I like it dark.
So when you put it into gesso, you're basically turning your watercolor into a permanent paint, but with tooth. Now you could do this with not only gesso, you can do this with your acrylic mediums as well, and it will turn it into, you know, a regular acrylic paint if you like a particular color that you can't get in your acrylic line.
Well, I'm questioning whether just that little bit of gesso is going to make the watercolor waterproof.
You can see on the cloth the difference in the tones.
Yeah. I'm going to add a little. This is my big splurge. My 6 tubes of Daniel Smith. But this isn't concentrate. This is just.
Yeah, this is really, really dark. This dark blue. And this is Paul Rubens granulating. And, you know, they don't have color names. They just have a number. It doesn't actually say what color.
It's like
I didn't know exactly the colors they were going to be until I did a swatch. So now I've got all these colors. And I don't think I'm going to do any more. Because now we need to use them before they start drying up.
Right, yeah.
Good morning, Janice.
Yeah, the Daniel Smith is not mixing very well. It's kind of lumpy. Not really. It's not super. It's snotty. Ew, gross. This is fun. I don't know what else. I did watch somebody. Oh, I did watch. I can do this too. Let me make us equal. You got a nice palette there. Another thing you can mix gesso with is charcoal. If you want to do if you're doing like a charcoal sketch, like with a willow stick. Yes, Becky, that's a good idea. That's what we should do. A true. What I want to see is whether. So that's the Daniel Smith red mixed with the clear gesso. That's pretty darn red, I would say. And this is magical. This is brusho. I should write that down though.
Yes.
If I'm going to do this seriously. Seriously, I should write this down. Seriously? Yes, seriously. All right. This is magicals. The magicals are already waterproof, right? Once they dry.
I don't remember which, but right now they will be because they're in gesso.
I don't know. Are you saying that so emphatically?
Oh, I know, because gesso is not water soluble.
Yeah, that's true. But wouldn't it not have to do with how much gesso there actually is in it?
No, it just changed its composition. It's already had a chemical change.
Okay. Well, these are not. I mean,
Always later on, if you want to, if if you haven't mixed your paints properly and you left some dry, separate, if it's not all totally mixed, you may get some washing, but it's true, they will be permanent.
Okay.
Even Gail says, yes, once it's mixed, you've changed
All
its
right. Okay.
you changed its chemical composition.
Me of so little faith. Yeah. I have to believe the experts because I don't know what I'm doing half the time, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I've played with some of this stuff long time ago, long time ago. And those who know me, I've been around YouTube and Ustream for well over 9 years. So, and I've been arting since I can remember. And I'm old, people. I'm old.
No, you're not.
I'm old. Yes, I am.
Well, it all depends on what's old, But I know you've been around the block a few times.
This is my book that I've been doing
I
lots
will,
of.
Becky. That's what I'm going to do. But I believe them.
This is my book that I've been doing lots of little tests and backgrounds in. And I'm going to fill this one out. This is a McGill-Rue book. And I'm going to find the page that I think would look good for testing. That doesn't have anything behind it.
I'm not going to do that now. I didn't realize how gummed up that was.
You could use your watercolors, but since it's acrylic, I'm not really too worried about it.
Yeah. I just wanted to try the Daniel Smith, and it mixes. It's goopy. I bet. I guess gouache would work too, right?
Oh yeah, yep,
Anything.
it would. That's similar. That's an in between, but
yeah,
it should work.
Yeah,
just the same.
Yeah,
pretty much anything I think these days will mix up.
Yeah, I can't imagine why people would. I mean, I don't know. She had a thing this big of gold gesso. I don't.
Janice. She says she thinks the cold in Canada helps to preserve people.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
yeah, and the people.
That's a great laugh today. Thanks, Janice.
And the people in Florida just get old and wrinkly. Yeah.
Look how nice that goes. Oh, you can't see. I've got too much light. Crap.
You either have too much or not enough.
I know.
Come on, get your act together, will you?
It's pretty sad. Let's see if I put it up in the air.
All right, I'm gonna. Hi, Safia. I'm going to make a book to do these things in. What this is, and I started making the book. Somebody in the stream yesterday wanted to know how I made that book cover. Do you remember that, right?
I don't remember who.
I don't remember
Who.
And I had just glued together a whole bunch of papers, book pages. And I glued them together and made several layers of them. And then I folded them all up and then I stitched them. So now this is a book cover. And I've got the random stitching. So eventually, this is going to go in here. And it's going to become an art book. Hi, Barb. Chicken pot pie society, Barb. Another well-preserved Canadian.
Hi, Barbara and Safia and Kathy.
This will be a book. I bought these gigantic sheets of watercolor. They were 22 by 30 inches. And so this is going to be an 8 by 8 book. And Carol, I actually looked at doing the Copic flat stitch. Oh my God. I looked at it.
I love doing that.
Yeah. But
we'll do it together.
I was thinking of that instead of doing the travel thing, but I think I'm going to do the band thing so I can take these pages out. So, all right. So I'm going to put some of this down because one of the...
Why can't you guys see my stuff?
Oh, should I make you big? Because I'm just smearing this down.
Oh, it's just that I've got too much darn glare.
Let me make you big.
Too much glare.
I can make you big. Now that I know how to do it. Oh, there you go. There you go.
So here's my test. This was the Artist Loft purple mixed with clear gesso. This is the Artist Loft yellow ochre mixed with clear. This is the Artist Loft, and I hate the glare, with white gesso. This is Paul Rubens granulating dark blue mixed with clear. And this is the Radiant Concentrate watercolor mixed with clear gesso.
They look great. They are super vibrant. And now you have gesso in any color, basically. Any color you want.
So I'm just writing next to them so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rubin.
I just made mud. Yay, I'm so good at making mud. Put this over here. I have to make some more of that. I'll let that dry. This eventually is going to be collage. The other thing I'd like to try. Well, I wonder if that's going to work. I'll try it. I don't know. I wonder how. I guess you can be able to stencil with this. It's.
Oh,
little.
yes. I intend to be doing some stenciling in my other book, but I just wanted to put my swatches here.
Yeah, I should have done that.
So I have
Yeah, this is a mess. I'll have to do this over again. But I can always tear it up. What was the other thing I wanted to try? Well, since this is all screwed up, I might as well. Well, I'm going to put the gold down just to see what it looks like.
So that is really nice. And you know, when this is basically a colored primer. When you do colored primers, and I'm talking from experience with painting professionally, when you do colored primers, it has an effect on the next color paint that you put on top of it. So
Okay, all
keep
right.
that in mind. Keep that in mind. Because not everything will be as you think it will be. Your paint will change. It will change the tone of your top coat.
Because it's going to come through or bleed through or just.
No, it doesn't bleed through, but if you put something on a white background and it's going to show this color, and I hate this light. Why is it not working? Like, seriously. It will change the color because if it's dark underneath, your color is going to look darker.
That's because it sees through, right? It can
No, it gives it a darker undertone.
undertone. Okay.
It gives it a darker undertone. Let me experiment and show you.
I'm not quite
It's
understanding.
almost like reds. Reds are a translucent paint, right? Most
Right.
reds, you need to use multiple coats. When we painted a wall one time,
Hmm.
it took 5 coats. But when you put a darker color primer, such as gray, as a gray tone on your wall as a primer, and then you put that red coat on, it will only take 3 coats instead of 5 coats.
Because the gray has toned down the red a little bit.
It kind of, yes, but that's it gives it more substance behind. It gives it instead of the white making it shine through. White is hard to paint over regardless
Hmm. Yeah.
of what color you put on, but when you use a tinted primer, your paints take on it looks richer. And it takes less coats.
I know painting over red is a bitch. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Yes, yes. And, you know, some whites too. Like you try to cover over a white without using, another primer. It's going to take, to cover that, sometimes it takes more coats. I'm trying to adjust my light a little bits at a time to see where I can get a good color.
See,
But yes,
this gold is not really looking all that great, I don't think. Can you see it?
yeah, you're kind of small now, but
I thought I had made us equal.
no.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, maybe you need more paint
More
ratio,
gold. Yeah.
more paint ratio to primer, or
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Because it's not really, well, it's goldish, but it's not really.
yeah. So it may already be more of a transparent color than an opaque color.
Well, I was using this Deco Art. I wonder if I mix it with the Arteza. Let me try the Arteza Gold. Oh, no, that's Indian yellow. On the Arteza, at least it has those little X's on it, so you know how opaque or transparent they are, which is kind of cool. See, this shows X's, so that means maybe that'll work a little bit better. I can't, this was gonna be part of eventually it was gonna be an art journal layered piece, and there's gonna be collage going on here and stencils. And again, I was going to talk about gesso and when you do an art journal page and
That's
layer.
an upcoming project. Yeah.
Yes, I have trouble. I don't know how many I have trouble layering. I don't layer enough, and I give up too soon. And then you almost, when you put something down, you hate to cover it. But when you see a finished piece, and you know there's like 5 or 6 layers, and it's amazing that even that first layer, there'll be some essence of it in there. And yeah, it does kind of look like a peach. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you look, this yellow ochre almost looks like a gold.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. It does kind of look like a beach. There's the sky.
Yep, here comes the collaging part. Here comes the brain functioning. She's going to get all her people out.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. All right. I got the other, this is wet, so I'm going to throw this down here. And I'll make another page. While Carol's smearing, I'll make another page in my, actually I want to use that.
My mat is so beat up underneath. I'm getting all kinds of lumps and bumps happening.
Oh, mine is, oh my God, my cutting map.
Yeah.
There's so many gouges out of it.
I know, mine too.
I tried cleaning it the other day, wiping it, and at least getting a layer of glue off of it, and it is a mess. I mean, there are rivets. I mean, it's just.
That's because we use our stuff.
Right.
We use it hard.
And I could turn it over, but the other side's not a whole lot better, so. Oh, I really, I tell you what, I love the magical purple is so rich. Look at that. I wonder.
Yeah, that is nice. That is a nice color.
I wonder, oh, maybe I have a red I can use. Oh, maybe I have a gold. That would even, maybe I could use that instead of the, yeah. The other thing I was doing this week, messing, you know, and these are ideas that are coming from Wonderlust 2022. I'm just a little bit behind, just a tad. And I don't know, look at, well, that's kind of pretty too. I'm making, how many of you are aware of, or follow or know of Sean Petit?
I've heard of.
Yeah, it is hard to get the glue off the expensive mats. I've had this mat since the get-go. I mean, 6 years. Sean Petit. She releases a video every Sunday. She's not live, but she publishes a, yes, yeah. I think that's how, yeah. And I like her stuff. I've actually done a couple of pieces, you know, in her style, so to speak. And she did she did a mini bonus thing about creating an emotional color wheel. And you know, we have you have the traditional color wheel, and then she said you sit down and you write out a list of your emotions. That was very hard for me because I don't really know how to, you know, I don't Anyway, so I came up with a list of emotions. And then you attach a color to those emotions. And then you make an emotional color wheel to use alongside of the traditional color wheel. And Carol, in her practical manner, said to me, "And then what? What do you do with it?" And I go, "Well, you
I'm
know,
sorry.
well, the theory is that if when you're stuck, right, and you don't know where to start, and you're looking at that plain piece of white paper, you stop and reflect for a couple of minutes and try to get in touch with how you're feeling, which you're probably feeling frustrated and angry, but let's pretend you're not feeling frustrated and angry. Let's pretend you're feeling happy. Now that looks great. And then you look at your happy, then you look at your emotional color wheel and you start with your happy color. It sounds so stupid when I'm telling you about it, but anyway, I made one. So think about it. I'll share that with you some other time. That's coming out really cool, Carol. I like that. I wish I'd done some of this in a book so I could have done something with it.
Well, I'm pulling my pages out of my book right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
These are going to go back in here because this is going to be my, as we go, our commonplace with the, as we work on other things.
Oh, I guess I could do that. I already have color on those pages, though.
Well, I don't. I have color on some pages, but not all pages.
Oh, okay. Okay. All righty. Well, the other thing, as we're just doing gesso, the other thing you can do with gesso as we continue to work on gesso and making different color gessos, you can make collage pieces. You can take tissue paper and you can take white gesso, obviously. Maybe. Yes. And I can't, let's see if I can get my finger down there. And you can do make little thingies, right? Oops, they're not supposed to get that. That's exactly what. Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of.
What'd you do?
Well, she uses black tan and white tissue paper, and this is the bleeding tissue paper.
Oh, I have some of that.
Yeah, I bought it for some project. I was going to do some really, but I look, as soon as I added the gesso, it started to kind of get gray and bleed. It's not a bad effect, but it'll be messy. Wow. Yeah, so never mind. Forget that. Let's see. I'll try some more. Do this. Yeah, it's not gonna bleed. Well, I'm assuming all tissue paper bled initially, and they got rid of the bleeding factor because it was a pain, and then people decided no, they wanted tissue paper that bled for certain art purposes, right? Because I don't know how bleeding tissue paper came about. It's hard to find. But I guess if that dries, you could use this as a collage element. That's the point. Mark making with gesso, right? The gessoing we will go.
Yep. It's looking pretty good. Got to use it up though before it dries.
Yeah. Well, you're using a lot of yours. Oh, that's kind of, I'll leave that like so. I don't know whether that's going to dry or not.
Well, we're going to art over it, so it's not like any of this is like some of it will show, but some of it won't.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just talking about this thing I just made, this mess I just made with the
Oh,
bleeding. I'm not
hi,
going to do
Joy.
it. I'm not going to do any more than that. Hi, Joyce. Good morning to you. It's beautiful here in Florida after Nicole's visit, and I'm glad she's out of here. We were very lucky; didn't lose our power because we have underground utilities. But some people did, obviously. Thousands of people did, but she landed as a category 1 about an hour south of here. I think that's the closest I've ever been to a landfall of a hurricane. I was listing all the hurricanes that I've been through since I've lived in Florida for 22 years. That's quite the list. I hate them. I don't know anybody who likes them. Well, I guess there's some people, storm chasers, like them. Yeah. Well, it got cold last night, and I lived outside of Buffalo, so when they say there's a cold front coming here in Florida, it's kind of a joke because a cold front it's going to get down to 72, and that's not, to me, that's not a cold front. But if it's 85 and it gets down to 72, oh, you're in Winter Haven. Okay, all righty. I didn't know you were in Florida. There's a whole bunch of us in Florida. Winter Haven. Is that up near, or that's Winter Park? I'm not sure. Is Winter Haven in the middle of the state? The 70s is, oh my gosh. And I got up this morning and it was 67. Oh, talk about dream weather. Right, Lily? Yeah, 67. Aren't you happy? Yeah, I can open the windows today. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Ah. Can you guys hear her? I don't know.
No.
That's good. It's funny how it can be so loud. Oh, it's Central Florida. Is it central south of Orlando? Central north of Orlando? Got cold last night. Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to this. I look forward to it to cool down and be able to turn the air off. And it just seems like it takes forever. I mean, it's mid-November. Still have the air on. And you guys are all turning your heat on, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah, it's only 34 here today.
Oh,
Well, wind chill, but it flurried last night.
oh yeah, I saw somebody. Oh, Colleen had pictures of it snowing where she is, and I think she's in Tennessee, isn't she? I don't think she's in a like an extremely cold climate. Cold enough to snow, though. Hi, Scrap. Oh, I said hi to Dana. A little southwest. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we have, Gail. Yeah.
So I'm making like little pieces of collage fodder. Full fodder. And I wonder if we can make mutter. We got fodder, and let's make some mutter.
Well, if you mix the right paint together, you'll have mutter.
Mutter, yeah. Oh, well, I'm good at making mutter. That's true. I am a mutter. A mutter. Mutter.
Mud with your fodder.
Yeah. Mutter, fodder. Is there a sister?
And everybody's saying, oh, yeah, they're whacked.
Yeah.
Look, I did gesso stencil.
Oh, let me see. Oh, that looks great. Super.
I don't have many stencils, so.
Oh, I did it again. Damn it.
I need to cut and design some more.
Yeah, I have stencils, my own stencils too. They're fun to make. That's what we should do sometimes. Make some stencils.
I make stencils with my silhouette. I don't hand cut.
Oh, I don't have I and I can say this, Carol. Guess what? I don't have a silhouette. Or
Well,
Carol.
mine is like 6 years old now, so and it's only ever really seen stencil stuff and vinyl.
Well, it's a
Every,
joke.
every,
It's a joke with Carol and I because I'll say we'll do this, and Carol will go, well, I don't have that.
yeah,
And this is
I don't have a lot of things.
and this is the very rare occasions where I can say, well, I don't have that.
Yeah. I have a hard time getting my silhouette to cut cardstock for some reason.
Well, if it doesn't cut cardstock, what good is
I
it?
know it rips the papers instead of cutting. So I don't know if it's just not
Is
the
something
correct pressure.
calibrated or something?
Yeah, the correct pressure. There's a setting, and I haven't figured it out yet.
Now that runs on software, right?
Yeah.
You have to load software into your computer too.
Yepper.
Now, is that the thing that will cut out like if you put like a sheet of whatever in it with pictures on it, it'll scan it and then
Yes,
cut it out?
and it will do that too. It has that function.
So you don't have to do fussy cutting. It'll fussy cut for you.
Yes, it can.
Wow. That's almost worth the price.
Fussy cutting? Yeah. It does some good, you know. And yes, I don't clean my stencils that often.
I don't clean mine at all. It just makes them stronger, especially the ones you make. Because the ones I make are just out of packaging.
Uh,
Plastic packaging. I cut it out, like the thing that lettuce comes in and things like that. Well, that's not
and this
good.
is what I save my old brushes for, is because they're pretty much pooched. And only the ends really work. I use them for stenciling because then it doesn't collect all the paint and stuff inside it. It just goes to where I need it to go on my stencil.
So you're just scrubbing it.
It's almost like a regular stencil brush. Yeah, I'm just putting a little on and just scrubbing in.
And it doesn't get.
So now when I used the other brush that was softer, it probably does get under some.
Go through it. Yeah.
But this brush, because it's more like a stencil brush right now, it won't go under.
Yeah,
So
I have those stencil brushes, so I have a set of those.
So if you have an older brush and it's full, really stiff up in here and only the edge is soft, this is what happens over here when you have a soft brush and you use it, the paint goes underneath the stencil, but you can see with the stiffer brush over here, you got crisper lines.
Well, with the stencil brushes, they're short and stubby, right? And you go dab up, and you do a dabbing up and down motion.
Gail, it's not the machine, it's me. I have to figure out the setting for the cardstock. Otherwise, it cuts everything beautifully. It does beautiful. But I've used it in certain paper, and I think it was a setting, and I chose the wrong setting and the wrong pressure for the cardstock. So it's human error, it's not machine error. So it is very much worth its money. Very much worth its money.
Now, what's the difference between that and a Cricut?
Not a lot. It's just different brand.
Okay, so they have the same function.
They pretty much do the same thing.
Okay. Do you mind if I leave and go feed her? Because she's driving me nuts.
Go ahead. Exactly, Gail. It's what you want to use it for. I like it for stencils and doing vinyl. I don't have a lot of cardstock, so for me, it was, the occasional cuts that I did. But I like it for cutting my stencils, and I like it for cutting vinyl for stickers because I've created my own stickers in the past and all of that kind of stuff. So, for me, it was well worth it. It's funny. Yeah, but the programs, it comes basic. It does come with programs, and there are other free programs out there that you can use. So it's all in what you really know. Like you buy you just go and download it. There is free, except I did get the business portion of it. So, and I really, really like it because it not only creates my cut files, it creates PNG files, it creates JPEG files. You can design and create anything. So for me, it's well worth it. But I'm just going around. I'm not washing my brush between using my colors, and it's giving me a multiples of colors, which I really, really like. And I better get some more purple going here, or it's going to be drying up on me. Oh no, you can do that with the plane. It's part of the program. It's all in what you learn how to do and how much you can manipulate your program and what you're using it for. Every program, there are free programs out there. You can use free programs. There's so much that you can use. But I really enjoy my silhouette a lot for what I use it for. Hi, Lori. Bye, Lori. Safia. Hi, Deb. Exactly, Deb. Exactly. Thanks, Becky. Yeah, I like that turquoise color too. That was the mix of the watercolor with the clear gesso.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
She won't be driving me nuts. And you know what? She's got me well trained, as any of you that have cats.
Does she has you wrapped around her little paw?
Yes, she does.
But that's what they're there for.
Uh huh. She calls the shots. And boy, when she wants to be fed, she wants to be fed.
All right, let's have the reveal. This is all the gessos on this used in this
Oh,
study.
let's see. Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes. Dum, da, da, dum. Let me make you big. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, wait, wait. Wait for it. There. Oh, what a great idea.
There's all the gessos through the stencil.
Oh, those are all the ones you made. Those are
Yeah,
awesome.
And look, with the blues and the yellows, I got greens and dark purples and all kinds of mixes going on.
That is incredible. And you manage that with that big stencil. I have trouble with big stencils. I really
It's
can't.
not that big.
Well, it looks
Really,
it
it's
just looks big
only
because the page, it fills the whole page, it
it's
appears.
only 6 inches. My page is only, well, now remember I'm folding these in half, so they're 4, so it's only 8 inches across. But yeah, that came out gorgeous. I love it.
It came out, yeah. And that's all just various paints and gesso, clear gesso.
Yep, clear gesso and my one with the white gesso,
That's right. You used the white, they gave you the pale.
the pale yellow. Yep.
Yes. Well, that came out lovely. That really did.
So now, if you wanted to, because it is your acrylics are mixed in with the gesso, now you can go in and highlight with your gel pens or your color pencils or other paints. But I kind of like it like it is.
I do too. I do too.
I think I'm going to leave that one like that and add something over into here that is different. So let's see what else I got.
I got mad at Circuit for suing the third party and won't buy Circuit now. I don't know what that means, Deb, but did you buy third party software?
Yeah, it's the Cricut got mad because other softwares were able to be used on the machine.
Oh, and they were being proprietary and they didn't want to.
Yeah. That's with anybody though,
I hate that. I really do. But that's business, I guess. Oh, that's a nice stencil.
Thanks. This is Distressed Grid. I don't remember by who, but I'll let you know in a minute when I can move my hand.
I can't use that. That's a mess.
Remember to blend as you're putting your colors on. Blend. Because that's really important to get the looks that you want, to get that completed look. Blending is so important.
I just realized what I could do. I'm a little slow on the uptake here. Really slow. I was having trouble spreading that with that palette knife. I don't know why I didn't use.
Well, my palette knife is kind of got scruffy ends or something, and it just didn't want to work.
Well, I don't know why I didn't use a credit card. That's like the best thing ever to spread stuff.
Well, that's because we mixed with the palette knife, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, that's true. And she was using a long flat palette, like the type, almost like the type of thing you'd put icing on a cake.
Oh yeah, I have one of them too.
Oh, it's a shorter one, but it's got that little dip and it's much more flexible.
Now let's see what this one looks like. Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready. I'm so glad.
Me too, Deb. That's kind of why I went with it. I always pick my favorite colors.
That's the other thing. Creating your palette, your own personal palette.
Now some of these went underneath the line, but when it did that, it kind of made it heavier. So it kind of looks like texture, like in where these purples went. You could see it went over the line underneath the stencil. But look at how nice it made a bolder color.
Yeah. And if you wanted to, you could go back with the pen and just define some of those areas, or, just not all of them, but just randomly.
So this is fun. This is going in my book for, either designing or whatever we're going to do, but I didn't have any paint on my pages at all.
Well, I can't, um, I have to make a new book because this stuff will not go in my Joey book. You know what I'm
I
saying?
really like that. I like using stencils, but I do like the abstract look.
I like
Look,
that a lot.
see, I got my lighting better. Can you tell?
Yes. Why'd you
I
do that?
I changed it a little bit in my settings
'Cause it's perfect now.
so you could see. Yeah, I had to lower the light level down.
Well,
So
that came out really
now you
nice.
can actually see what I've done.
Well, maybe I can rescue. Oh, yeah. Oh, now she's got the zoomies. That's good.
That's all right. Mine's sleeping, the one that does the zoomies.
Well, I'm glad because she's, has not been well, so I'm glad to see her.
So I really like the palette I chose to create these different pages. And now I'm going to go on and do the back sides. So everything has something.
Well, I'm going to now resurrect this mess because now you've inspired me. I think maybe I can save this.
So now you can actually see the differences in my colors. This was the
Yeah.
Radiant
Mm-hmm.
concentrated watercolor. This is the Paul Rubens watercolor
That's
mixed in
amazing.
with gesso. And actually, I'm going to spritz them because they're drying up on me.
Mm-hmm.
This is the white gesso mixed with yellow ochre paint. This is the yellow ochre paint mixed with the clear gesso. So just remember, your clear gesso is your friend when mixing. And then my purple.
Well, it's amazing if you think about it. Just a jar of clear gesso and all of your paints, you can make tons of combinations of colored gesso. I mean, it's only as limited as your paints.
Now I'm going to use a craft color paint or paper.
Okay, that's cool.
And you'll see the difference. It's almost like using a colored primer
Mm-hmm.
of what we were talking about earlier. Do I want a thin one or yeah? I want a smaller based. I don't want to have huge holes. Nothing like having to pull all your stencils out of your bag to find what you want. I don't have that many stencils, so I have to make do.
I have some really dumb stencils that I bought. I mean, really stupid. Like they're one-offs.
Oh,
Stencil that you would use. I bought a stencil of a chair. And it's a big chair. I don't know what possessed me.
oh. I like finer stencils. Like these are great. These bigger ones, I think they're great when you're going to use a modeling paste or plaster from
Mhm.
your. But I like to use, that one was by Texture Brilliant Stencil. This was a long time ago.
I
I
like
kept,
these little type of stencils, and this actually was 4, and I cut them into little pieces because I like to.
yeah, I kind of find I like items that fit in books.
Yes, and this was part of this set. It was all one set, and I cut it up.
Learn to keep my stuff on camera here and we'll be good.
Yeah, okay, that's good. We're good. I wanted this to dry. So I'm just gonna smear it.
So I did add a little bit of water to my gesso, and I probably should have just added gesso, but I didn't want it to dry out on me. I don't know where my cloth went.
Mhm.
Oh, it's underneath my stencils. Silly me. Oops, drop a stencil. Oh, ow. Because I just want to dampen my brush off a little bit
Uh-huh.
from the water with mixing it in with my gesso so it doesn't go under my stencil. But you'll notice the tones when you use a different color paper underneath, you're going to get a different color paint because it shows it's like mixing paint but not.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, gray gesso would be the easiest to make of all, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
I bet you I could make some wicked gray. I bet you I could.
So is everybody enjoying our Gessoing a Go? A Gessoing
Just
we
we go.
A Gessoing a Go.
I just I hold the merry-go. I'm not doing anything. I'm totally lost. It's a good thing Carol is here, my crafting partner in crime.
Bye, Becky.
Bye, Beck. She said, see you.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta fix something in chat.
What?
Oh, no. View deleted message. Something happened.
I put the block up.
Oh, I know. Messages were deleted accidentally. I just didn't know if it was hidden, but it just says view deleted message. So I don't know if it was back further or not.
I mean, somebody was okay. Because I put the doohickey, I put the thing on.
Oh yeah, no, it was an accidental hit.
Oh, okay, it was an accidental hit. Okay, that happens.
Good morning, Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. Okay.
And I'm going to put this diamond on this side. We're just playing.
Yeah. Nothing serious going on here, that's for sure. Well, Carol's making some serious art, that's for sure.
I'm not making art.
Well,
I'm messing. I'm messing around.
that's what I'm doing too.
I'm just messing around.
With gesso?
Yeah, we're gessoing around.
Gessoing, I kid you not. Haha. I jesting you around.
Some of this is going to be crappy because it went underneath the stencil, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's a background. It's a background.
That's right. I'm putting down some of that tissue fodder I made.
Yep, Safia, that's right. All the best art comes to be messing around, playing, seeing what happens, how this or that works. What if I do this?
I wonder what happens.
So this is on a craft paper.
I like that. I like craft paper.
Need a little bit of difference in the tonal value compared to doing it on a white paper. But yeah, and again, it went underneath my stencil, but that's okay because look at the texture it created. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let go of the perfection. Just let go of the perfection and have fun.
Yeah, you got to fire those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just put this
Because
on.
they can really do a number on your head.
Yeah, we're just messing around. We're messing around. Now this page has colored pencil on this one. I have to remember to keep it on camera. And I'm going to gesso over with a stencil with my colored pencil. So
Oh, you're going to do like a rubbing?
No, I'm going to leave the colored pencil. See, this is already colored pencil.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see now. Okay. All right.
I'm going to take and stencil over the colored pencil.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And again, this may go underneath, but it's okay. And Anne's saying, Carol, you're talking too much.
No, please. I have no. I didn't say that. You said that. Ann.
I know. That's why I said to her yesterday, I said, I'm sorry, I talked too much yesterday.
No, it's fine with me. I have no idea what I'm doing other than making. I'm really making a mess here, so. Gotta
Just having some fun.
do it in thirds.
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Deb. Happy Sunday to you. After I was reading the Christmas piece from the book this morning, I was remembering the kids when they were little. And I got so mad at them. I had gone Christmas shopping, right? And the back of the truck was filled with presents, basically for them. And I pull into the driveway, and there's David, the older one, wailing Richard on the back with a snow shovel. I was so mad at him, the Christmas spirit, and here he is beating the crap out of his brother. Now, fortunately, his brother had a snowsuit on, right? And it was one of those big flat aluminum snow shovels, so I'm sure the damage was minimal. But I got out of that truck and I started. I was not happy. Where's the Christmas spirit? You're supposed to love your brother. And they're kind of looking at me like I lost my mind. Love my brother? Are you crazy? He's my brother. And then Christmas Eve, trying to put things together.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah, don't we? Isn't that? Yeah, and I was the putter together, not my husband.
Me too.
He laid on the couch and didn't do anything.
All right, here comes another grand reveal. That was one of the stencils I cut on my own, was the stones.
Oh, that came out now. Oh, wow. That almost looks like there's nothing there, like you're looking straight through it. That is cool.
Thanks, Devin.
That's a circuit cutter.
This one? Yes,
Yeah.
I cut this on my silhouette.
Okay, so you obviously have the capability to design something, right? You design it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how
And,
I was designing my logos in my silhouette program.
oh, okay. Oh, for your
It,
new oh, for the new thing?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I actually took my initials and I also created, if you see down in the bottom right-hand corner of my picture, you see the CM? It's
Yeah.
actually CAM because I made the C turn part of the M into an A and then made my initials CAM. So that's my new logo.
Okay.
I
I had no
I
idea that you,
created that logo on my silhouette, so it's capable of a lot more than just cutting.
I didn't know how you did that. I had no idea. I thought you were like in Photoshop or something like that. So,
No, but it's pretty close to being able to do the same thing. Very similar, very similar. But yeah, this is the gesso over colored pencils.
wow. That looks
The
awesome.
clear gesso mixed with watercolor and acrylics.
And you have that, I like that other stencil. The other, the stencil to the left is that phrase about,
This is art is just another
yes,
way.
that stencil. Yeah, I have that stencil. I like that
Yeah.
stencil.
So, and then sometimes when my paint was a little bit too watery, that's when you get the blurred images. But you know what? I like that. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, this is from the Crafter's Workshop stencil. It's well used.
Well loved.
Well used. Yes, loved. Used.
Used.
So let's get another piece of paper.
Amused, abused, whatever.
All right. I have an envelope that has, and I'm not sure what it is,
Mm, mm, mm.
and we'll find out because I'm not sure if it's watercolor on
Hi,
there
Christine. I didn't
or
say
Inktense. Hi, Christine. So I'm going to try and see if it comes off. And if it does, it's not what I think it is. It looks like it's Inktense. Nothing's moving. So this is,
that's the Inktense blocks, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is just an envelope that I put in my book, and I'm going to stencil on it now. Anne, what are you working on? They can't see what you're doing, Anne.
That's good.
No, it's not.
I'll make it equal, but I'm just making, I'm not stenciling. I'm just, I don't, I can't really tell you what I'm doing because I don't know.
Anne's playing.
I'm playing. Yes, I'm playing. I'm playing in the mud,
Anne's playing.
trying to make some sense of this, and I'm not getting.
You're doing
Trying,
fine, Anne.
playing in the sandbox, playing in the dirt. Hmm.
I love this stencil too. This one is all these little punch outs. I can't remember what the heck it's called.
Oh, Punchinella.
No, it's not Punchinella. It's almost like a circuit board look.
Oh,
I don't know what the heck it's called. I can't remember. This is kind of one of my favorite things to do is just sit and stencil with
I,
no
I never.
no outcome whatsoever.
Yeah, I need to take that attitude.
No outcome. I have no idea what's going to happen with these pages afterwards. But it gives it some depth. And that's what I'm going for. Devin says her autocorrect says you're Anne Marie.
Because when I saw that, I thought, well, maybe when you said I like it, Anne Marie, I thought, well, maybe there's somebody else here that you like their work. I wasn't sure whether it was me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you, Devin. I appreciate
Oops, hit my camera.
your kind words. And abstract. I do a lot of abstract landscapes, I guess. I don't want any more black. I've got 3 pieces. Now, what could be I've got these really big stencils, but I'm afraid if I did that, it would really be weird. It's one of my own. Maybe I'll glue down some. Ooh. I got little maybe I'll glue down some like stuff and then stencil over that. Like,
and everybody, if you don't know, the best way to get your colors to blend is don't wash your brush in between, but just make sure of what colors you're picking and choosing from.
run that by me again.
The best way to blend is never wash your brush in between. Just remember what you're picking and choosing, because if you're going from purple to yellow, you're going to get brown. So you pick and choose what colors are going to blend into nice colors. So I go from blue, dark blue, to light blue, to purple, back to blue, then to yellow, or to yellow and blue, and then I get green, yellowish green. You got to remember your color wheel.
Oh
What
dear.
colors go together?
Oh, that's funny.
Your color
Evan
wheel.
said Marie's her middle name, but she thinks her iPad just pulled that out of thin air, and she never types Marie.
Huh.
But the iPad knows it. The iPad knows all and reveals all. Oxide yellow. I know I saw a gold, and I did see a gold, and it's right over there. It's right here in this mess. Here it is.
Sandra.
Gold. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to try to make a little more gold gesso. Ooh, that's a pretty gold. Ooh, that's a pretty gold. I bought these Arteza acrylics when Arteza was first coming out. And it was I think 60 of them in a box.
Oh, wow.
And they were very reasonable. I think that, I mean, obviously, I'm amazed. And you watch the Arteza line, and, and when they first came out, I bought their colored pencils, which I thought were awful. Personally, I didn't like them. Compared to the Prismacolors, there was just no
comparison.
No comparison. And then I bought their markers, felt tip thin point. And what else did I buy? I got their acrylics. Oh, I bought their metallics, and they have something that's called iridescence. They're kind of weird. They give you an interesting effect. But the all 60 of those, I was showing Carol, all 60 of the acrylics fit in this. They call these totes. I have a scrap box, and all 60 of them fit in here, which is very convenient. And I have the colored swashes on top of them so I can look to see. It's pretty heavy. I think Mitzi's got one of these, if I recall. I could be wrong, but I think somewhere along the line I need to get a sponge, which means I have to move my... Oh, oops. You gonna stay there? Oh, okay. I bought a new lamp, and it's a clip-on. I don't know. Oh, here we go. No, on the other side. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come here. There. You can't get these anymore at the Dollar Tree. At least my Dollar Tree doesn't carry these anymore. I love them.
I haven't been to a Dollar Tree in forever.
Well, is a quarter is a quarter a bit? Like when they say 2 bits, does that mean 2 quarters?
I have no idea.
Well, I was thinking if that's the case, then it could be the 5-bit store, since it's $1.25. But I think a bit is a quarter. And we say, hey, it's 2 bits. No, but I could be wrong.
Ooh, I like.
Oh, wow. That looks great on that craft paper.
Yes, it does. I think I'm going to do the other side the same because I just like this stencil. And when it's in the book, you'll never know it's on the same page because it's on the other side of the half of the signature.
Okay. So Janice says 2 bits was a quarter. Okay. And Devin said, shave and a haircut. What? A shave and a haircut.
Shave and haircut.
2 bits. Okay. So my new name for the $1.25 store, 5 bits wouldn't work. What's this going to look like? Well, it's not too impressed. See, that's interesting. That the Arteza and gold mixed with the clear gesso is just bleh.
Probably it doesn't have as much pigment in it as other paints do because, you know, it's just how the process is made, how it's made.
Yeah, it's just kind of blah. Maybe I didn't add enough gold. Let me try anyway. I just wanted to put on. Huh.
This gesso that I used, the white gesso with the yellow ochre, almost looks like a craft paint.
Mm-hmm.
When it's painted onto the craft paper, it kind of blended.
Well, let's see what this looks like.
All right, let's see the other side. Oh, my finger was stuck. Well, I have some splotchiness, but that's fine. Looks good. I've got icky fingers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
2 bits means a quarter, says Kathleen.
Yes. So well, that's a little bit.
Zandra's going to be on later. Sandra's going to be showing some new dyes today on stream, and she'll cut them later this week and send. Oh, how nice,
Oh,
Mitz.
how wonderful.
Mitz is going to get some happy mail.
And that's another thing I don't use that much. Is my die cutter.
uh,
I know you don't have one,
no. I don't.
but you have a die. You have something that makes you can make dies with your. You can cut out things like a die thing, right? With your,
Yeah, if I ever get it to work.
well, I mean that's
It's a matter of me figuring out the
a matter
program.
of you making a commitment to.
Yeah, sit down and play with the machine.
Yeah, I think that's.
And there we look. Look at how nice this one
Oh
looks.
wow, it's spotted.
Yeah.
I like the spots though.
Yeah, me too. I like that stencil.
And that's just a bunch of circles.
Uh-huh.
And this is my
You know what?
rib cage stencil that I
Will
made.
I doodle on it? It's possible. I don't know yet. I'm going to put it all back in the book after it dries and see how it works. Thanks, Janet, for posting Sandra's channel. She's going to be on later on today. Deb's going to be on later on today.
Deb's on at 5 Eastern.
Paint Girlie's going to be on, I think, today at 11.
11:30 or 11.
But it's 3 minutes to 11.
Oh, we got through it.
You
And
have
thank
3
you so
minutes.
much for hanging in. And thank you, Carol, for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
You are a great support.
Always fun.
You are a great support system.
Thanks, everybody, for being here with us. And don't forget, yes, I am the Canadian artisan now. So if you see me out there, please do stop by. I have changed my name. And yes, I did it before, but hey, I'm allowed. YouTube lets you. People still find you because, you're subscribed, you have the bell rung.
Oh yeah, yep. And you can do whatever. You can change your name.
So, yeah.
And now now when you change that name, does that automatically become your new handle?
Yes, I actually kept it as the Canadian artisan as my handle. So when they roll out the new URLs, that will be it. I am the Canadian artisan, and you're here on Ann Lars. So please do hit the thumb, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can come back again.
Yes, please subscribe. If you're so inclined, just a little comment. You could just say, hi, I was there. Bye. I would appreciate that too. That's always, all of that's helpful, I guess, in the algorithm world of of YouTube and the mysteries of what they do and why they make the changes they make.
Janet Young, yes, Paint Girly usually comes on at 11.
11:30. Yes, she usually follows. Yep. So, all righty. I'm gonna just finish up. I finally got in a roll here, and now it's time to go.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day, great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the box somewhere else.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye. Adios, amigas.